What's up, guys? This is David Palmer, the Leo King, and I want to talk about progressions and solar arcs in astrology and why they are the most important piece of astrology. Now, this might be advanced astrology for some people, but I believe that if you are looking to read your chart and understand astrology, or if you're looking to do readings for other people, if you're doing readings without including the solar arc and progression, you're basically missing the whole piece of the astrology. Because as an astrologer, and I think a real good astrologer, we don't base things off of transits. Like, oh, well, you've got Saturn in your 10th house, so, you know, I'm automatically going to think about career. Yes, that's an important aspect, but I always feel that these are kind of like the last place energies. I believe the first place energies always come to the solar arc first. Now, what is solar arc? Solar arc is if we take your chart and we take the planet positions, and for every year you've been alive, we just move the planet position 1 degree. So if you're born with a moon at, or let's say more to Mercury at 26 Leo, right, it's going to move to 26, 25 Virgo after 30 years. If your Jupiter is 5 degrees Capricorn, it's going to go 5 degrees Aquarius in 30 years. 60 years, it'll go 60 degrees, it'll go up to Pisces, right? So, but how these solar arc planets transit your natal chart is extreme. This is how you know the major chapter going in somebody's life and how they're transiting certain planets. Like, let's say, and I'm going to use me as an example because it's happening to me right now. I was born with Uranus at 9 degrees. I was born with Saturn at 9 degrees Sagittarius, right? So I have born with Uranus, 9 degrees Sag. I was born with Saturn at 9 degrees of Scorpio. So after 30 years, guess what happens? My Saturn that was in Scorpio natally in solar arc moved 30 degrees to 9 degrees of Sagittarius, sitting right on top of that Uranus. Bam! Exactly. And how ironic that also Saturn is in Sagittarius transiting my Uranus at the same time. Also, my Pluto was 29 Libra, and after 30 years went to 28 and 29 of Scorpio, which is where my moon is opposed in Taurus at 29 degrees. So guess what? Solar arcs are the exact positions of the most powerful changes you will ever go through in your life. I guarantee you it. You'll have to always look at your solar arc. The same thing goes with progressions, which progressions is the same kind of energy, just a little different. If we take your planets and we move, for every year you've been alive, we move the chart 1 day. So we actually look at the days, right? So if 30 days from my birthday is like August 22nd, I think, or whatever, because I'm born July 23rd. So that puts things into Virgo, and that puts things into, you know, the change into Virgo, right? And all the energy that was happening on August 22nd, 1984. I was born July 23rd, 1984, so 30 days after. What if it's 45 days after? Then I run the chart for 45 days after my birth, see how all the planets are and how they're connecting with my planets now. Now, if you don't do these, you're never going to get the true understanding of what's happening deep in your astrology and the big chapters. Because guess what? Sometimes I'll see in a natal chart, okay, somebody has, let's say, I don't know, Saturn square their Mercury. Okay, that's a big, powerful transit for probably, depends on how long the Saturn is there. If Saturn's there, you know, maybe 4 weeks transiting the Mercury. Mercury's, remember, a 1 or 2 degree orb usually because he's a tiny planet. Believe it or not, I give Mercury only a 1 or 2 degree orb. You know, after that, it starts, Mercury he's a pin needle, he's a sand, he can start getting out of situations. But maybe it might not be the most powerful time in your life, you know? I just had Jupiter stationed on my Venus, and you know, yeah, it's been all right, but it's been trumped by major solar arc transits, it's been trumped by major progression transits that are happening. Don't put all of your basis on some astrology book where you're looking at the planets and you're seeing that, oh, Saturn's on my moon right now, or Saturn's in my 4th, or Jupiter's in my 12th, or Jupiter's in my 10th. Like, I'm talking kind of like somebody who's just kind of not really looking at the deep understanding of how there are so many layers. And in astrology, if you don't know how to connect all the layers together, you're never going to get the true story and the real understanding of why you're going through something. And usually the planets that are being affected in the solar arc of progressions are the big lessons that we're going through in our life, and the major ones, and they usually do coincide with transits in your natal chart and so forth. So I just wanted to talk about that today and let you guys know that solar arc and progression is the key to true astrology, and it is the true understanding of what's going on. Without this information, you are literally playing crapshoot or playing Monopoly with your astrology. And you never know what you're really going to get. But it is through the solar arc transits, and it is through the progressions and how the progression, solar arc, and transits of the astrology currently all coincide with your natal chart that you get the magic potion to a true reading in your life. Thanks so much for all the support, guys. If you want to have more information and watch my daily horoscopes, you can always subscribe to my website, leoking.lookstack.com, or find my apps on Apple and Android and subscribe to get more access to all my videos. Thanks so much for all the support, and I will see you on my next video.